Hey guys, it is dark over here. Man, my corner is dark. I got to get a new light bulb. My banker's lamp went out, so it's kind of dark over here. But we'll deal with it. I don't know if anybody's going to tune in. I've just got about I don't know, about 45 minutes or so. I've got half a dozen packages. Well, I've got three that I've got to get out today. I've got six that I can get out today. Three more came in. I don't know if my microphone's working. Apparently, it didn't the last time I tried to do this, but I'm waiting for Emily Conway to come in and tell me that it isn't. I see we've got, looks like somebody's jumped in here, so that's cool. Yeah, I've just got to pack up some stuff, so I figured why not give this thing a shot, and we'll see if it works. I don't know. I'm still learning. Let me turn this up. Hey, it's working. Rummage for Riches. Thanks for coming in. Are you a subscriber? I don't know if you're a subscriber or not. I apologize for it being dark over here. I don't know what happened. My light went out. Bluegrass Picker. Hey, buddy, how are you? I actually just picked up a couple of card breaks. So we'll see. The first one, I don't think I did well. It was one box, I think. And so I think I've learned. I think I've got to go with the larger. So the other day I went with like half a case, and I got it was the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know. The break took forever, and I couldn't sit through and watch it, so I don't know what I got. We'll see. It was six boxes, hobby boxes, I guess. So we'll see what I got out of it. I know the Rays have some really good rookies, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm learning. The only way to learn is to spend the money, right? Yeah, I'm just packing up some stuff, so I figured I'd jump on here and try out the live thing. Half a case. Yeah, it was half a case of it was just the other day. It was on I guess the release day for it was Topps 2020 or whatever. So I figured, you know what, I'll give it a shot. It was from Lunchbox Breaks, I think is the name of it. I don't know if that's somebody you know or not, but I figured I'd give it a shot. So I've got Tampa Bay Rays coming. We'll see if I got anything there. Teams, not players. Yeah, I'm packing up. I guess I should show you these guys. So these are the guys. I got these in Cajun. What's going on, buddy? I'm giving live a try in the dark corner over here in my cave. I could tell you, I guess while I'm doing this, we could make this a what sold. I only got 6 things. They're not super exciting, but I picked these up at Goodwill. They were $1 a piece, so I grabbed these guys and I sold them today for. Let's see what we sold them for. $17.49 it looks like. And did I charge for shipping on this? We'll see. We'll see if I charge for shipping on that one. And I did. So yeah, so $17.49 out of $2. That's not too bad for a couple little plush. I don't do plush a ton because it seems like see a Funko. Man, I got a lot of Funko Pops. That's the that was a bad buy. That was the Walmart Deadpool, like the giant one. I've still got a whole mess of them. I probably got about 50 of them or so from that big bulk buy. And I'm doing okay. I actually did a smaller bulk buy off of Marketplace. I bought 15 of them, and I've only got, I think, 4 of those left. So I do really well with Funko Pops. I love when people say, Funko Pops, those are terrible. Don't buy those. Good. It leaves them for me. I'm just going to double bag these guys, I think, and they're going to be fine. I'm also waiting on an auction. I actually have another thing going today that will sell. It's these, it's so crazy. I bought these at an estate sale where there was otherwise not a whole lot of stuff. They're these, it's a space pen. They can write like upside down or whatever. It's a vintage deal. I found 3 of them and I put them up for auction. I thought, let's give it a shot. Put it up for auction, and last week, one of them, like right at the end, bumped up to like $25. I bought them all for a dollar a piece. So as soon as that auction was done, I put another one up, and it's ending here in like an hour. We'll see what it goes for. Right now, I've got one opening bid at $9.99. Which, if it goes for $9.99, that's fine. It's $9.99 plus shipping. I paid $1 on it. So I do not mind at all. And I got one more. So as soon as that auction is done, I have it set to go live at 5:30 to do another one. So yeah, the space pen. Keep an eye out for those. Apparently they're a big deal. And the ink is old. So I put in the listing. I said, hey, I cannot guarantee that this ink is any good. You can buy refills online. It looks like eBay, people are selling refills for it. So I don't know. Apparently people love the space pens. Yeah, I had some big, the Thanos. I sold those actually overseas. I sold one to, I think, Spain, and one went to Portugal. I don't know. That's the giant Walmart, the Black Friday one. I don't know. It was probably a bad buy. I spent too much money on it, but you know what? It'll sell eventually. 12 ounces. I got to zip over here real quick, guys. 12 ounces. We're going to print a label for Big Bird and Cookie Monster. Purchase. It's just spinning. I went sourcing today too, and that was I didn't need to. Do we ever need to? I've got a pile. All this stuff back over there. That's all those black totes. See, my garage is a mess, guys. Those black totes, those are all unlisted inventory. I don't need to go thrifting, but I do it anyway. I can't help myself. Print. But we got a good deal. Snow, Cajun, no, we haven't had snow. It's been a really, really weird. Now, some areas outside of town are getting snow. We're at a pretty decent elevation, so we got some weather, but we have a chance to get some snow. But up at the upper elevations and mountain passes, they're getting like 1.5 feet. We haven't actually had winter yet. It's kind of sucked. I'm waiting for winter. Hey, it's Emily Conway. Blizzard here. Yeah, we got nothing. I saw Emily, I saw you have a video up. I haven't watched it yet, but I need to. And I have to do trying to multitask here. I have to do a video as well for my thrift haul. I found some good stuff, and now it's the problem of, do I keep it? Like, I found a spider core. I don't remember what it's called. Spider core something. I think they're like $50 or $60 shirts. But it's an XL. It's black. I really like it. It's like a quarter zip. Oh, I didn't even show you what this thing is. Yeah, you can't tell. It's just a blue Nike. This is a gray tag. So vintage Nike gray tag is what? Like late 80s? Now I can't remember. I might have just wasted an envelope since I took it out. Yeah, it sold for $10 plus shipping. I took an offer on that. I had it up for like 15. Nothing huge, but I only paid a couple bucks for it. That's going to be an ugly envelope. We're going to throw that one away. Maybe. I saved it. I saved it, ladies and gentlemen. The nice thing about t-shirts is right into a bag. No pressure. No, I do need to watch it. Emily Conway, I am subscribed to you, and I got that bell clicked, and so I need to watch that. I saw it was actually pretty short. So I feel like I'm going to be let down. I'm just going to be getting into the mood. Get my Conway on, and then you're going to be done. But you know what? Did you source for retail arbitrage or thrift stores? Cajun. I did the thrift store here today. It's Good Samaritan thrift store. They get good stuff, but they're typically overpriced, and that's why they have so much stuff in there. 9 ounces on the blue shirt. They're typically a little bit overpriced. Now I can still find some gems in there, but a lot of times it's just too much to make any real money on. But once every um, month, the first full month of the weekend. So the first Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that all falls in that calendar month, not weekend, month. So this was the first Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this month. Everything in there is half off. It's actually kind of crazy. If you get there, I mean, I have the day job, so I don't get there right away. I got there right away one time. I actually took a couple days off, and I got there, and it's like Black Friday. People are lined up at the door waiting to get in. They're not all resellers either. It's just people wanting good deals. Um, it's a mess. I stood in line today for half an hour waiting to get out of the thrift store. And I had to meet somebody at noon for lunch. So I'm actually really glad that I got out in time. I got out just in time to go get lunch. And I got in line at like, I don't know, like a little after 11. So it's crazy. But you're at work now. So you're watching YouTube at work, brother. I like it. Yeah, I picked up 2 garbage bags full of stuff. I think I'm going to do pretty well. I got 1 spider. I got a new with tags Columbia, like a fleece vest. It's a small, so that actually might end up staying here. Either my daughter or my wife might end up keeping that. I'm not sure. I got to ask them. It's a lighter blue. I don't know if either one of them are gonna dig it, but we'll give it a shot and see. It's still got the tags on it, so I didn't even comp that thing. I got it for $4, so I figured Columbia new with tags, it's got to be worth more than $4, right? So, Charlotte Hornets hat. Where's my hat? I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. Sold this thing. Sold it for $21.24 plus shipping. Really cool. It's got the puffy letters on the side. Embroidery super tight. I got this with a whole bunch of other hats. Charlotte Hornets. Such a cool logo. I knew this would go as soon as I saw it. So used, but I think it's Mitchell and Ness snapback. I think I'm about $1.50 into that, and that sold, what did I say, $21.24 plus first class shipping. I love selling hats because they're so stinking easy, and they don't really take up any room. I've got 2 totes full of them, cheap to ship. Yeah, Charlotte, and super cool colorway. I love this thing. If I like the Charlotte Hornets, I knew this hat as soon as I listed it that this would go for about $20. And it's basically new. I listed it as used, but it's still even got because it sat in storage, but it's got this on there, so it's basically used like new. Really cool. Yeah, it's got Charlotte there on the itty bitty on the chest, but super cool. Usually I put these in a bag. I don't know if I have one over here. So yeah, I got the sourcing done today. 2 bags full of stuff. I don't know if this is a big enough bag. This is my t-shirt bag. I actually left behind, speaking of NBA, I left behind, I guess it shows my growth as a reseller, a Chicago Bulls. It was a starter, like the puffer jacket. Super cool. I saw it and I got super, super excited. Threw it in the cart. Really, really clean. Nothing wrong with it at all. The zippers all worked. Just a sweet, it had the big bull logo on the back. Incredibly cool looking shirt, jacket. It had the starter pull tab on it. Everything was right, and it was an XL. But then before I checked out, I started going over all my stuff because I didn't want to get caught in an impulse buy, and realized that it didn't have the hood. It had one of those zip hoods on the back, and it didn't have it. So I looked at the comps, and the ones that were selling had the hoods. They do sell slowly, $50, $60. It would have been $12.50, but it didn't have the hood, and I could tell it was going to be a tough sell without that hood. So as sad, like I was sad to hang that back up, just because it was such a cool jacket. But in the past, I think I would have got it, just because I would convince myself that, you know what, this is going to sell. Somebody is going to think like I do that this is neat. You got to trust the comps. Charlotte Hornets going out. Hey, we got a lobster in the house. Now you retracted your message. How do you spar somalig? I don't know what that word means. I'm in journalism. I don't know what that word means, but I do know lobster. I like lobster. Charlotte Hornets going in the box. So yeah, we left behind the Chicago Bulls. Super sad, but it was the right call. We still got a bunch of cool stuff, so I'm very excited about that. Most of it actually was Harley shirts. They had a bunch of Harley shirts that were stuck in the middle of a row where they didn't actually belong. So really cool that I just stumbled on one. I'm gonna go print this label real quick, guys. I stumbled on one of them and thought, you know what? If there's one Harley shirt, very often there's more. So I kept looking. That hat is 9.5 ounces. That's a heavier hat. Usually you can get hats out for about 10 ounces, but it's still only going to be 432. So this hat going down to, it looks like Humble, Texas, but if you spent any time in Texas, you know you don't pronounce the H on a lot of these. So it's Houston, and this is Humble. So this is headed down to Humble, Texas. We print out this label here. I got 2 laptops working, so I tried running this off of my label printer laptop last week, and apparently I had no sound, so that didn't work. Means thrifty. Cool. I like it. Are you I'm just gonna keep calling you lobster. See, Cajun, I was right? I spent like 10 years in Texas, man. I know. My daughter was born in Texas. She's officially a Texan, so I know how this stuff works. Are you on the East Coast, lobster? Okay, so there's that. I got 6 things that I'm packing up here today. Only 3 need to go out, but I like getting stuff out day of if I can. And I didn't pack up anything last night. Shoes. My daughter she's on the dance team for her high school, so we go to the basketball game to watch halftime. And I had that last night, so I didn't list anything. And I actually haven't been feeling well all week. That's kind of why I haven't done any. Yep, that's why I haven't been doing any videos. Why did I move away from Texas? You know what? I'm from Montana originally. Born and raised in eastern Montana, which is basically western Dakota. Very flat. Now I'm in Rio, Montana, over here in the western half. We have mountains and stuff. Now we have eastern, you can get to the mountains quickly. But don't really have mountains right there. Went to school down in Texas, in Abilene, which is basically square middle of Texas as you can get. And ended up moving back home for a while. And then we moved back so that I could finish school. 1 pound, 3 ounces on these guys. I got to weigh these. I need a scrap paper. These are going actually international. These are going somewhere in the UK. So I got to get the item weight, 1.3. Went back down to Texas. So I spent 10 years there in 2 stints. That's awesome. Just here. Yeah, we get up during like the 3rd quarter and wander out. Now, actually, we have the girls basketball team's actually undefeated. They're very good. They're going to make a run at the state title. They actually are good, fun to watch. The team last night that we were playing is god awful. It's a keep throwing up threes, and eventually some of them will fall, and maybe we'll keep it close kind of team. They're young, they're growing, but it was one you go into knowing that it was going to be a blowout, and it was. We got a couple of Division I commits on the team. It was not a good game, so it wasn't worth staying and watching. These, continuing the what solds, keep an eye out for this stuff. I'm going to do a video, I think, on just knowing logos, because it's helpful. Like when you're looking for vintage shirts, you can look for the single stitch on the side, and that speeds up. If you just have a few minutes, you're running down the rack, you want to look, you know what, all I'm looking for today is an old concert shirt, you know, whatever, which I actually found an old Winona shirt today. I left it behind. The sell-through wasn't great. I didn't want to pay, I think it was $4 or $5 for it. I have another one. But you can tell because of the single stitch. Same deal with these. You got to know logos. This is Brooks. It's always going to have this little deal on the side. Brooks, as far as running shoes go, really, really good. And the bottom of these is, I don't think I even ran these through the washer. Usually I scrub them down a little bit and wash them. These were super, super clean. So I just left them as is. These sold to the UK this morning. I took a deal of 50. I had them listed for like 53. So actually really not that much of a discount off. 53 Great British pounds is what I had them listed for. So 50 is 50 pounds. I think it's like $1.10, $1.11 is what it comes out to. So these sold for right about 64, 65 bucks. And I can't remember how much I'm into them. I think I'm about $5 into these. So not bad for picking up these. I am going to pay a little bit more in shipping, but through the Pirate Ship simple export rate, it actually won't be that bad. Let me wrap these up, give them one little wrap just to hold them together. So that'll hold them together, and then I can put my sticker on there too, which I like putting a little thank you sticker on there. I think that's just a little understated way. I picked that up from Matt Part-Time Pickers. I actually have the same stickers as he does now. I think that company doesn't make them anymore, unfortunately. They're just these little thank you stickers. They're super cool. I got like 1,000 of them for $7 or something, but I noticed the other day I'm running low. I have to actually find some new ones and order some new ones. But I think that's nice. You know, I don't like putting the card in saying, hey, please leave me feedback. It feels needy. I just don't like it. But since we started putting the stickers on, I think it's a nice little touch. And I think that counts. I think it matters. What's the first section you go to when you go to the thrift store? Hey, Swamp Picker. Thanks for stopping in, man. I'm here for, I don't know, about half an hour while I just pack up some stuff. Not super exciting, and my lighting over here today is terrible. Terrible. 1.3. That weighs 1.8. So I'm going to get these out for the 2-pound rate, or 1.9, I guess. Get these out for the 2-pound rate with Pirate Ship, which is going to be $15.95, I think. So not bad. We're going to net like $40 off of these shoes. The first section I go to, you know what? The first section I went to today was the vests. Just because I didn't see anybody over there. I like going where people aren't, because I can take my time and I don't feel pressured. And I was looking for down-filled vests is actually what I was looking for. I found a couple, but they had some stains on it, and I just didn't want to fiddle with that. So I think I've started going to the shoes. It varies depending on my mood for the day. If I go into Goodwill, I go either to the shoes or to the media. A lot of people now in mine, a lot of people go to the shoes. And so you got to get lucky and find the right shoes. I actually found a whole mess of, like the other day, it was such a bummer. I found a bunch of Nikes, some Hoka 1-1, some Saucony, all sorts of these great names. And they were all just beat to hell. So I had to leave them all behind. It was unfortunate. Usually I don't find that many in one spot, but I like going to the media. I like going and getting, checking for movies. I just sold a Joan Crawford collection for like 20 bucks. I think the collections sell well. And every once in a while I find some sealed, even unsealed, that are worth money CDs. So sports jersey, you know what? I found, I actually have this one. This is a Kevin Garnett Celtics stitched. You can't tell on here, I'm sure, but it's the stitched. It's not like the plastic letters. It's got the shamrock on it. It's fantastic jersey. It's like a +2 on length. I found that at the thrift. Actually had that up for auction, and it's sold for $30.99 plus shipping. They weren't paying, and then finally there was a no feedback, and then I heard back from apparently the dad says, "Hey, my son was using my account without my permission." I don't know if I believe that because it was a 0 feedback. So I didn't look to see when the account was made. Whatever. I relisted it. And I can't remember actually if I picked up. I might have picked up. Let me see. I might have picked up an opening bid on that already. Again, he hadn't paid yet, so it was fine. I just relisted it. But it's kind of frustrating because I did have another bidder on there. Bids received. Let's see. Yeah, I did. I got an opening bid. So we're sitting at $29.99. There's still almost 6 days left, 4 watchers. So we'll see. I mean, I paid $4 for that. So I'm good even if it sells at that opening bid. I actually found three Von Miller for the Broncos. I found 2 of one size, 1 of another at that same thrift store on the same trip. And then it's another room I can't show you. I do have a listing up. It's a really cool, like mid-90s. Who was it? Oh, it's the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now I forget who it was, but it's the button-up baseball jersey. It's super cool. I've got that up pretty high. It's like $80 because they're pretty rare. And it's got a couple watchers on it, so that's cool. Pages, films, plastics. Cool. New subscriber. Awesome. I've never done the live thing. So you're catching the very first live. Apologize for it not being super exciting and for it being very poorly lit. I'm just packing some things and chit-chatting as I do it. I don't know if I can turn my focus very well. So I don't know if I'm doing either one of them necessarily great. But let's see. No garage sale. Cajun, be glad you got garage sales, man. I haven't had garage sales here since September. I'm gonna go print this label. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I had garage sales here. It got really cold right away. It got super cold in the fall. There's my screen. Hold on once. Oh, come on. It got really cold right away in the fall. Actually, in November, it was like below 0 at one point. So it seemed like we were going to have a really bad winter, and then winter never showed up. So we haven't had garage sales. I think it was like early or mid-September. So it's been a long time. What's the name of that $80 brand again? What's the brand, Emily Conway? I don't remember which one you're talking about. The shoes are Brooks, if that's what you're talking about. We sold them for like $65. Now that includes international shipping, which is going to be $15.95. So that takes down on a little bit. But Brooks are really, really good. Keep an eye out for those. And Saucony, Saucony. That's another one to look for. Unfortunately, I always find them beat up because people wear them until they fall apart. Here we go. So I'm coming over here just to print out my label off screen, of course. I could turn you guys around, I guess. Why not? You're mobile, right? There you go. All right. So printing, if you guys haven't done it on Pirate Ship, super duper easy. People are worried about Brooks. Yeah, Brooks. They're very cool. I packed it away, or I show you the label again. It looks like a sideways V with one end longer. And you can tell like the Asics is kind of 2 lines and then 2 across. I realized I was going to do a video on that. I think of knowing logos so you can flip through and see stuff. I found like an Ariat quarter zip the other day. Ariat, if you don't know, Ariat, great brand of Western wear. People love it. Actually, I picked up another one today, a purple like paisley pearl snap. Super cool shirt. It's probably a $30 shirt or so, even used. It's an Ariat, and I saw it and saw the quarter zip pullover the other day because of knowing what their logo looks like. You get more money on the stuff that has like spell outs that says Ariat like big down the side, just like Nike or Adidas or anything like that. But even just the brand carries weight because people know it's a quality brand. So the only reason I knew that's what it was is because it had the little understated logo on there, just like Under Armour, right? You know, the X is Under Armour. For people that haven't used Pirate Ship Simple Export Rate, you can sign up for thing and it's free. There's a little, this little look here. Let's look at the screen. I don't know if you can see, it's going to glare. Yeah, that's not going to work. There's a little, the little bottom right corner. There's the talk bubble. Click on that and say, hey, I'd like to be enrolled in a Simple Export Rate. And they'll write you back and say, okay. And they've got a chart that you can send internationally all the way up to 4 pounds. First class international goes all the way up to 4 pounds. Now these shoes, now I lost my scrap of paper. Oh, there it is. It weighs 1 pound, 9 ounces. So I'm going to get it for the 2 pound rate. I'm going to show you just how easy, because people worry about, you know, I can't do international shipping. It's hard, right? You got to do all the customs work. You got to do, watch, here's what we're going to do. It's already, I've got the Pirate Ship integrates with your eBay if you click it in there. So I can go in there and look at all of my listings just like on eBay. So I clicked on the shoes. They are headed to the Isle of Man, United Kingdom. So that's cool. I've never sent to the Isle of Man before. So this is a 12. Now you enter, it wants package dimensions. So 12 by 6 by 6. The package weight is 1 pound, 9 ounces. Do you have any hazardous materials? No. Customs form required for international, military, APO, FBO, and U.S. territories. So if you were sending to Puerto Rico or whatever, you'd click that too. Sign the customs form as Troy Shockley. That's already on there. Package content type. It's merchandise. That's already on there. It saves these from before. Now, as far as customs work, this is all I have to do. Describe what you're shipping. Pair of I always put whether it's new or pre-owned because sometimes that matters for customs paperwork, how much they have to pay. Pair of pre-owned tennis shoes. Just basically, hey, this is what's in the box. Ask for quantity. There's 1. The total value. Let's see. I know it in US dollars. It came out to, I think it was $64. It's going to cost me 16 to ship it. So the value is $48. The items total weight in pounds, 1 pound, total weight in ounces, 3 ounces. Actually, that changed. It used to just be total ounces. So you had to convert it. Now it's 2 boxes. That's it. Get rates. And just like that, we have made an international label. I mean, it's ridiculously easy. It's actually going to be $17.95. So my mistake. I was thinking $15.95. That's for under a pound. $17.95 is the 2 pounds. So if you get under a pound, you can get the half pound rate. I don't get that very often. So typically it's $15.95 or $17.95. And then you just tell it the date. I'm going to ship this today when I leave here in about half hour. So buy label. And just like that, we're done. I just have to print it. So in terms of shipping internationally, like I get there's fears about getting scammed or I get there's fears about international customers. But in terms of the process of shipping something internationally, it's the same. It takes 30 seconds extra. And it prints all the, let me cover, let's see, we'll cover this person's name. Yeah. So that's what the form looks like. It prints all the customs information right there. You don't have to put anything extra in the box. It prints all the customs information on there, and we're ready. Shoes are going to the UK. So that one's done. I actually have another one. And adding international sales has only increased. I think I saw a stat one time that they say it bumps your sales by like 25%. And I'd guess that's probably about right. That's probably what we've done. We sell a lot internationally. I haven't been paying attention to it was 34 here this morning, Swamp Bear. Where are you at, man? Are you in the swamp? Because 34 is cold. Actually, that's not cold. That's t-shirt weather here. But if you're in the southeast, that is cold. Let's see. The one that I have watchers on, Emily, is I have a jersey. It's a Kevin Garnett jersey. But yeah, Brooks is. I had some watchers on that I actually sent out. I had like 3 or 4 watchers on that here in the States that I sent an offer. It's Cajun. You said it's hard. Come on, man. Pirate Ship International, man. I just did it. It was what did that take me? Even talking like 30 seconds. Ice on the windshield. Do you guys have ice scrapers down there? I know when I was down in Texas, I had the ice scraper in my car. I'm from Montana, no big deal. But people were there like with their driver's license out, like trying to scratch on the window and get the thing cleaned off. Nobody knew what to do. I didn't like driving when I was in Texas when they had black ice simply because nobody else knew what to do. I've got one other international. I'm not sure which one I want to do. We'll do this one. I sold this. This is really cool. I picked this up about a month ago. You see that? This thing is neat. It's an old Peanuts thing, obviously. But look at the date. I sold this today. Right? 1984. 1984! And it's still sold. And it's dated on the bottom, too. I actually, when I first saw it, I thought that this was like somebody's craft project back in the 80s. It's not. They actually made these because then you can see on the bottom, they actually do have it dated. But even then I thought, is this just material that they then turned into a calendar or something? No, they actually made these and sold these because the comps on these are pretty good. I could have held on to this for a while. I think I got this for, I think it was like, well, I got it on another half off weekend. Actually, I think it was tagged at $5, so I got it for $2.50. And I took a deal this morning for $25. She sent me in initially 20. I had it listed for like 33 or something because they sell it like $30. And you know what? Usually, I don't like the sob stories, right? Like I'm sick, I'm in the hospital, and this would make me feel better. But she said she was hoping not. She came back and offered 25 plus shipping, and said, I don't. No, I was hoping not to go over 25. I'm a teacher. I want to hang it in my classroom. You know what? I'm down with teachers wanting to do stuff for their classroom. So, yeah. So I made the deal for 25. It's not worth hanging on to. This is a pretty niche thing, right? Not worth hanging on to for another month to make $5 more. So we're going to send this out. And I'm actually, I might Frankenbox together or not Frankenbox, adjust a priority box. I'll send it to her priority so she gets it. She actually ordered it this morning. So if I send it priority, it might get there by Monday and she can have it in her classroom. So I'll go ahead and spend a couple extra bucks. It's going to be super light. It's not going to cost anything. So that'll be easy. I like customers getting their stuff early. A lot of my good feedback has come from good packaging because I over package, and feedback for quick delivery. So, and we're up to, because people talk about, I can't get feedback. How do I get feedback? I have it set up for next day shipping, next business day. And if I can, I send it that day. I get good feedback for that. So that's one way you can get feedback. Yes, we do smart. Well, I'm telling you, Swamp Picker, I spent 10 years in Texas. A lot of people had no idea what to do when the ice got on the windshield. No ice scraper. You got to get a scraper, man. You give me your address and I will send you a real ice scraper. They've got it's got the plastic scraper on one side. You flip it over and it's got the brush on the other to brush off the snow. No spoilers. Come on, Emily. There's 7 people in here. How much are you going to spoil? You got to tell me. Ice scraper is usually on clearance. That's awesome. Yeah. Does anybody have a car in New York? I wouldn't be able to live without a car. I like my freedom too much. So yeah, we're just going to use one of these tubes. I'm going to send this to our teacher priority. Make sure if you use these things, I use them to send out when I randomly sell bats or um, golf clubs, stuff like that. Make sure you don't have the blue side out. That's the express. You don't want to do that. But these little triangle tubes, you can get these free from USPS. They work perfect for baseball bats. Sometimes they will fit. You can get two different sizes. I think there's a medium and a large. And sometimes you're lucky and they fit perfectly in there. Yeah, Conway, you're in is it Syracuse area, right? I know Dominic Primetime Treasure Hunter is up that way too. I think also in Syracuse. I told him if I ever get to New York, I may just have to swing by and say hi. And he says, well, you know, you realize Syracuse is a long ways from New York City. And long ways is relative. You know, I spent most of my life either in Montana or Texas. It's no big deal. I mean, it's just long enough to be kind of annoying. My family lives in eastern Montana. It's about a 4-hour drive or so. It's no big deal to shoot over there. I really don't mind it. You can shoot over there in the morning and have lunch. That's no big deal. So I don't mind a little bit of distance. Baseball bats can do well. I don't do a lot. I think I either don't find the good ones or I don't know what I'm looking for. Probably a combination of both, to be honest. If you haven't used these things, they just fold into themselves. Though I didn't fold this in, so that's stupid. But I'm just going to tape it on the outside. Well, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm just going to tape it on the outside. It doesn't matter. I just have to measure this to length here. Let's see. It's going to go right there. So let's cut it right here. So taking longer to package this than I should, but hey, Tim, how are you, man? I appreciate you swinging in. I've never done the live before. It's not super exciting. Just giving it a shot. I have been reselling now. We just crossed the 1 year. The first thing that I sold on eBay was actually a pair of Rod Laver Adidas. Really cool shoes, even brand new. I looked at them and I was like, now these have to be worth something. They're not on WorthPoint anymore because now it's gone past it, or on Terapeak. I guess they'd be on WorthPoint, right? But they're not on. They'd not be on Terapeak. They'd be on WorthPoint. Even then, I looked at them like these things are cool, and they ended up selling. It took about 2 weeks, I think, and they ended up selling. I think it was a freight forwarding company because the address was in. I think it was like South Korea or something. So I think I sold them to I think my first sale wound up being international, which is kind of cool. So I'm only a year in, and I honestly never anticipated it growing to this level. Like a year ago, the idea that I'd have a YouTube channel, that's ridiculous. It's still a little bit ridiculous. I don't know how much I have that people want to listen to. But I've learned so much off of folks on YouTube. I had a good mentor here, and I think that was super helpful. Having somebody here that knew what he was doing and that taught me. That was super, super helpful. But then I supplemented that with online. So I could watch the YouTube videos. He could tell me, we could go out together. I could learn from him, and I could be like, hey, this came up. What do I do? But I don't have it. I mean, he's not around 24 hours, right? But YouTube is. So I learned a lot from watching videos on YouTube. So now I'm just trying to give back. I mean, I'm still new at this. I'm a year in, but there's somebody else out there that's just starting that doesn't know to look for Brooks tennis shoes or 1984 Snoopy's post calendar. So, and none of us know everything, right? So there's always something you can learn. So I'm sure there's stuff I can teach. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm still learning. I'm not as photogenic or as chipper as Emily Conway, but you know, I do what I can. I try to make up for it with content, right? The Hatchimals. I've heard about the Hatchimals. Yeah, that was the one where pretty much we all bought that stuff up and nobody else did, right? I actually not quite as big a deal, but like the Bloom dolls, like that was supposed to be the big thing this year, right? It was like the Bloom thing. I bought like 16 of them, I think. I never even ended up listing them because I bought them early thinking the price was going to go up, and it never ever did. Like the price literally never changed from like what I paid for it at Walmart, and it was supposed to be the hot toy. Didn't happen. I think I'm going to actually I've still got them. Actually, they're in the back. I could go grab it and show you what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to actually donate those. We've got the YWCA here, and they help. Really cool organization, and the people running it are awesome. They help women and children get resettled from whether it's they're just getting out of a bad situation, just got out of jail, just getting out, whatever it is. A lot of them have kiddos, and they give them like welcome baskets of stuff, and usually the welcome baskets are for the moms. So I think I'm going to give those to them so they can add it in there and have something in there for if they got some little girls come by. Let me grab one and show you what I'm talking about in case you guys saw them. I can't be the only one that bought them. So these things, you're supposed to like put water on it and they grow or something. I almost dropped it there. Yeah, the price never. I kept waiting for it to go up. I was going to post them as soon as it went up. Never ever happened. Kind of a bummer. Yeah, I thought about returning, and I just I cut that too short, unfortunately, but it's still going to work. Hey, buddy. Want to say hi to the dog? Come here, Jaeger. Come here. There he is. Say hi to the people. No, up here. Up here. Hey. Hey, knucklehead. Up here. Hey. All right. That's all you got, huh? All right. Thanks. Go outside. Go play. The haunted Hatchimal. That'd be awesome. I've been on the hunt for a new haunted one, Tim. I need to. Okay. Go on. I need to find a new haunt. That's awesome. Who knew there was a market for haunted dolls? Like legitimately really good market. I don't know what there it is. What I did with that thing. So Cajun, do you do much RA stuff? Do you do a lot of that? Like I said, I'm new, so I'm still learning. I did a lot of it this year. Well, what I felt was a lot for me, for somebody that's part-time and in their first year. And I did okay. I think we did all right. I actually sold a lot of stuff. I think I sold more RA stuff overseas in the month, like the 2 months ahead of Christmas. I didn't put 2 and 2 together initially, but I think they were also ordering for Christmas. It was just coming in sooner because they knew it takes 2-3 weeks to get over there. I sold a lot of RA stuff overseas that I anticipated selling here, and just it never happened, or it happened slowly. So do you do Amazon then? I've been thinking about Amazon. Being part-time, I don't know if I want to add that in. I'm busy enough with this as it is. I get 6 or 7 sales a day part-time, so I have to come home from work or do it the night before. I get up early, working at the radio station. I'm getting up at like 4 in the morning. So it can make for long days for me. So I just don't know if I want to add in one more thing. But Amazon makes sense, just in the sense of not having to store the stuff. So I don't have all these new toys taking up space ahead of Christmas. Um, that would be the one reason why I would look at getting into it. Yeah, I get that, man. Like, that's something that's why I'm thinking about it. As another reason, the storage and the just saving on the shipping time. But I also know that new people getting in on Amazon right now are gated in like everything. So I don't know. There it is. Couldn't find the thing. All I did was this thing. She sent a note saying, can you please pack it carefully? It's like a dowel and material. I mean, I think it's fine. So we gave her a lot of bubble wrap on that. I think she'll be all right with that. Yeah, I don't want to be gated on everything. I know people can and do sell books well, but I don't see, like, I see the profitability side of it, but I don't see where I would have any kind of joy standing and scanning books for an hour to find the ones that are worth it. I really enjoy the hunt of finding stuff, and that seems it's pushing on the tedious. It's the same as RA, scanning all the barcodes, trying to find the right stuff. 5 sale, that's pretty good, man. And that's all by Amazon. Yeah, I mean, I would like that. I've got 3 sales today on the Bay. Man, I made this way harder on myself than I needed to because I didn't measure it correctly because I wasn't paying attention. See, I can't talk and ship at the same time clearly, but with enough tape, you can solve damn near anything. Yeah, Emily, I haven't either. I thought that this year I would maybe do it. Like, okay, well, let's get through the first year and get this thing figured out and then start Amazon. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to be gated on everything. Plus, eBay is actually working well for me. I mean, we started this thing. I know officially we started in January of last year, but not. I mean, we didn't sell our first thing until the last week of January. So really, I'm only just now 1 year in, really. And on our taxes, we had, it was ballpark. It was like 1,600 transactions for the year. So I'm like, man, if I can, like, I get the downside of having to deal with all those transactions, but if I can get 1,600 transactions in a year, do I need to add Amazon to the mix? I mean, I think I'm doing okay. Primarily, we're using this to pay off school loans, honestly, right now. I mean, we're paying some other bills as well here and there, but I ended up paying off all of my student loans last year, and we cut my wife's in half. So we've cut like 5 or 6 years off of our payment schedule. There's gonna be so much tape on this thing. So I just don't know. It's one of those, like, do you mess with it if it's working? Cajun, does the same stuff apply in terms of being gated and not for fulfilled by merchant? I would imagine it does. So I'm still going to be gated on everything, right? Whereas on eBay, I don't have to. I mean, aside from Vero claims, I can sell whatever I want. I need to learn about it anyway, and just so that I have more information. Tim, I appreciate you stopping in, man. That's awesome. if you guys haven't checked out, Tim has an amazing store, and he's a print man, and he has some really cool stuff in there. So go check out Tim's store. Tim's a cool dude, and he's got a cool dog. So he's got that going for him. My watch wants me to close my rings. It's not gonna happen today, I don't think. Let's see. Almost there with this silly thing. Yeah, primarily, and this is one of the reasons I don't sell. Not that this is complicated, but it is taking longer than I want. I like selling the simple stuff that I throw in a box or at a poly mailer and it's done. I think that's why I like selling hats so much. Yeah, I don't like the. Yeah, I mean, I know you get. Can you get ungated basically with a history as long as you have a so say I get on there and I'm selling books for 6 months, then they're like, okay, yeah, this guy's got good sales, good customer service. Maybe we'll reconsider ungating him in fill in the blank, right? Is that how it works? And then secondarily, like I know you have to get. You have to get. Now I forgot the word. Like you basically have to have show all your paperwork for buying your stuff. So selling things one off, like you would get from the thrift store, and I guess unless you're selling it used, right? I guess you could always sell things used. So this is 12 ounces. All that tape, probably 3 ounces of that is tape. We're gonna print this thing out. Come on over. Let's see. So I had guessed 14. Yeah, it's 11.4. I was really close. Let's measure it though. I don't know how long it is. For first class, you don't have to measure. First class doesn't matter, but I'm upgrading her to priority. So now I actually have to measure. 7 by 6. Update. Why does it think I'm sending media mail? I'm not sending her media mail. Thank you, though. We're sending priority mail. So it's going to up us. For some reason, I thought it was media mail. Doesn't matter. It's going to up at $5. So I'm doing my good deed for the kids. We're going to give them an extra $5 so they can have this in their classroom sooner. I'm a sucker, aren't I? All right, let's print this thing out. I hear my mailman outside, so I missed the mailman. I'm actually going to have to go too here, guys, in like 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes. Old school picker in the house. First time here. You know what? Old school picker, it's my first time here too. I haven't done live before. I've only been doing a YouTube channel for a few months, so I'm still learning, and thought I'd give the live a shot, even with the bad lighting in my garage, while I pack some stuff up. So there's that. I got one more to pack in a few minutes, so let's see if I can get that one done and get them all out. This one's actually international, so it's not like it's going to get there early. It's going to take him 2 weeks. But he did pay $47 all told, so let's try and get it to him early, huh? This is an HO scale train car. This one's pretty cool. And I listed it as untested. I don't believe it had ever been run, and I dumped the lid out. But that's okay. You can see underneath it's got wiring. The way it's set up, it's a snowplow, and this light is actually supposed to turn on. Put in the listing untested, but don't believe it has ever been run, judging by the condition and by the other stuff that I got. I paid $50 for 2 basically printer paper sized boxes full of HO scale train cars. Went at the very end. I think I have a video about it, actually. Yep, this is the right. I have a video about it somewhere on the page or on the channel. Let's see. Yep. So I haven't even counted all that I have. We're probably 50, 75 cents into each of these is all. And I've been selling a lot of them. Some of them went for like $9.99 plus shipping, but even then you sell stuff for $9.99 plus the shipping, and I'm in it less than $1. And I had 2 boxes full. We're making a lot of money off of that thing. It's coming in a little bit at a time, but that's okay. And then you have bigger sales like this. It went for $26.99. I think that was an offer I sent out because I think I had it at $29.99. This was one of the more expensive ones. I sent out an offer yesterday morning and taking a couple bucks off, and I got to weigh this for international. And he took me up on it. So $26.99 plus he's paying $19.99 for me to send it internationally. I just kind of charge that as a blanket rate on a lot of my internationals. And this is so light. This actually weighs 2.5 ounces. I might get this in under a half pound. I'm not going to try for it because I want to make sure it's protected. So I'm not going to skimp on anything, but we'll see. Even if it's only a pound, it's $15.95. So no big deal. So this going to Italy. So yeah, I mean, just look today, I had 3 sales that I needed to pack that were left over from yesterday. 3 so far from today. 2 of them were international. So 2 of my 6. So international sales do really, really well for us once I added that. Give me old school. Thanks for the sub, man. I'm a new school picker. I just started doing this. We just crossed the 1 year. It was the end of January. But I feel like I picked it up really fast, and I feel like we did really, really well. I mean, 1,600 plus transactions last year. So I'm doing something right. First live ever. Yeah, first live ever. I appreciate the sub, man. I'm slowly. I got too much bubble on that side. I am slowly growing. I think I haven't looked at the new list. I think I'm up to like 320-ish. So I was hoping to get 500 by the end of the year. Starting this right at I think at the end, probably in January. I'd have to look back, but or right before Christmas. We started this in December, I guess, with a couple videos. Because I think I did the Sarths video was my second video, so I'm still fairly new, but I'm hoping to hit 500 by the end of the year. It's been a slow roll, but I'm slowly picking up people here and there. So I guess I'm doing stuff right. I do a lot of thrift hauls lately. I should probably do some more of what solds. I don't know, but I try to put up comps for when I thrift stuff. So it's accomplishing the same thing. It's just not seeing that I sold it, but you can see what it sells for, I guess. 7.8. We're under the half pound. So we're actually going to make some money on the shipping, which is good because this didn't sell through Web Interpret. We'll talk about that another time. This just sold off of a direct international sale. I closed my pirate ship window for some reason. What's up, buddy? He wants to. My dog. I think my dog can tell time. He wants to. He wants to go. He knows it's time to make a run to the post office and then pick up my daughter from school. This is River Rossi. I got to find the right import. Pirate Ship's been being a little bit glitchy for me importing eBay the last couple days. I don't know why. It looks like it's working now. So that's, once again, Cajun, look how easy this is, man. This is an international shipment from Montana to Italy. Okay, time me. Go. 8 by 6 by 6. The package weight is 0 pounds, and now I forgot what it was. 8 ounces. 7.7. Okay, now we're selling an HO scale train car. One of them. The total value is $26.99. Total pounds 0. Total weight of the thing is like 3. It was 2.5 ounces. We rounded up, so 3 ounces. I am getting the rates. It's going to be $10.95 for me to ship this thing to Italy, which is, I mean, you're paying that much to ship it across to California or something, right? So super cheap. Buy label. And processing. All right, we're done. See, that's how easy it is, man. I promise, it's super easy. You'll add so many sales, and I've only had like 2, maybe 3 problem, what I would term a problem buyer. Really, only 1 problem buyer. He actually was in Italy, but it eventually got sorted out. We're done. So, yeah, going to Presso Studio Technico. I don't know where that is. All right. 2002. Man, you got some. I got to. You subscribe to me, so I'll get a notification. I can go and find your channel. So that's awesome. Cajun, you gotta do some videos, man. I'm sure you guys know it. Yep. The rules. So, okay, guys, I gotta end it. My daughter actually gets out of school. Well, the school bell rings at 3:15. That kid finds a way to be last out of almost every building she is in. So I'm not going to see her until like 20 or 25 after at the earliest. But I got to go get her, and I got to drop off our packages. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. It's kind of cool. Now at least I know that the live stream thing works. And if you have any questions, let me know. Any questions, let me know. Comment on videos. I don't get a ton of comments, so comment on those videos on the give me the thumbs up and the all the YouTube things. But yeah, for a first live, I guess it worked, right? And I promise I'll try and get a light over here so it's actually a little bit better. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time. Maybe. There we go. See you guys.